I believe that there are people who you are a solution to, just like Joseph in the dungeon. He was an answer to Pharaoh. There's a man who is troubled in the middle of the night by a dream and dreams that he does not understand. But the answer is a young man who is held up in a dungeon. Maybe you are listening to this in that single room. Maybe you're listening to this, I don't know, in a hotel room, or you're listening to this in your own home, or you're listening to this at whatever part, of the world you are right now. And you are an answer to a particular cry of a generation, to a particular cry of a particular nation, or of a particular people, and you carry answers. The Bible says in Acts 13 verse 36, it says that when David had fulfilled the purposes of God for his generation, he fell asleep. When David had fulfilled God's purposes for his generation. So God has his purpose for your generation, and he desires for you to fulfill it. I mean, think about Moses. In Exodus chapter 3, the Bible says, the Lord appears on the mountain. And I love that story, and I've read it so many times, and every time I find new insight and revelation. And God appears to Moses, and when he appears to Moses, he tells him and shares with him the burden that's on his heart. I have seen the cry of the children of Israel. When I read that, and every time I've read that, I've always asked myself, there is a nation that is crying and seeking God to deliver them from the bondage in which they have been for over 430 years. And as they cry unto God, and as they lift up their petition and present it before God, and they cry unto God because of their taskmasters, God, on the other hand, goes to a man who is in the wilderness, and that man is the answer to this situation. You know what I believe? I believe that there are people right now who are waiting for you to come to your senses, who are waiting for you to embrace every gift on the inside of you, who are waiting for you to believe with all your heart and step out in that dream and in that vision and begin to exercise that gift and that ability. I believe that there are people on the other side of the world, on the other side of the mountain, that you are an answer to. I mean, think about it. Moses is just looking after sheep. He has actually abandoned the dream, because the Bible in Acts chapter 7 says that Moses knew that he was meant to deliver the children of Israel. And of course, the mistake he makes is that he tries to approach it in his own strength. He thinks that, this is going to come probably by dialogue with Pharaoh, or it's going to come by a coup d'etat. But God has bigger plans. And so when it did not work out, Moses runs off, into the wilderness. And for 40 years, he has abandoned the dream and the vision that God put on the inside of his heart. And God comes and shows up to resurrect that dream that was dead. Because there is a people that are crying out. And the answer is Moses, who is on the other side of the world, almost forgotten, looking after sheep of his father-in-law. And like I said, I believe that there are people who you are a solution to, just like Joseph, just like Joseph in the den, in the dungeon. He was an answer to Pharaoh. There's a man who is troubled in the middle of the night by a dream and dreams that he does not understand. But the answer is a young man who is held up in a dungeon. Maybe you are listening to this in that single room. Maybe you're listening to this, in a hotel room, or you're listening to this in your own home, or you're listening to this at whatever part, of the world you are right now. And you are an answer to a particular cry of a generation, to a particular cry of a particular nation, or of a particular people, and you carry answers. Remember, I said from the very start that unemployment does not exist. It's the biggest scam from the pits of hell. From the very day you were born, you were employed to your purpose.